Alright, this is a Metalhead's perspective. Today we're going to be checking out Nemophila Dissension. This will be an introduction to, I would say, metal music for my friend here, Logan. I would say he has some understanding of Japanese music. He has listened to some things like Bandmade that I've shown him. He's familiar with my channel, but I would say he's, only 3 or 4 videos in you've maybe watched?
Yeah, maybe like 3 or 4. I listen to all sorts of music, so this is like totally new for me, listening to these. And he gave me a heads up. Some of these bands do the like anime shows that I watch and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, well, hey, I'll come over and do a review action with you. So here we are.
Yeah, so I've reacted to this band before. This is Nemophila. I've done Dissension. This will be a first time here for him. Yeah, so I think we should just get right into it, and I'll pause it, or you can pause it by hitting that button there, and then tell me what you think. See if you'll like it or not. All right, here we go. Nemophila Dissension. Maybe after this, instead of doing another group, we can go watch the live version, which I haven't seen. If you're interested, if you like this, and see how she does live.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. Here we go. So this is Mayu. She's the lead singer. So the first time I heard this song, and I heard that, I was talking about how I had a discussion about how if that really was her voice,
right?
Like if there's any kind of layering effects or anything like that. Obviously, it's probably been compressed. There's probably some, studio cleanup and stuff like that, and it's probably a pitch change or something to make it sound really high.
Yeah.
And I talked about all of that, but I have some people in my comments section that they released a live version of this, and she can do exactly what she does, or pretty dang close to what you're about to hear live. She actually sounds like she's gonna sound here, so this will be really cool. We'll hear that again. I think it's Tamu on the drums. I think that's how you say her name. Saki on the guitar. She's a pretty famous guitarist. Always considered in
really good.
There's 2, plus the bassist, plus the drummer.
Okay.
So it's a 5-piece group.
But are they all females?
It's an all-female group. Both guitars are rocking 7-string guitars. That's kind of unique.
Yeah.
You don't see that a whole lot. They both have their own style. I can't remember her name for the life of me for some reason. Hamira. Maybe I'm totally wrong. That sounds right. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, this is Psyche, because this is her cabinet. She has a custom cabinet.
That's actually, I like that.
Yeah, it's custom Marshall cabinet. But yeah, they're all super, super talented. Anytime you talk about the top guitarists in Japan, Saki's name always comes up.
Really?
Yeah. Even the other one too. They're phenomenal. They're all phenomenal. Tamu's an amazing, amazing drummer. Mayu, the vocalist, she's incredible. I love their music the moment I heard it. So, and I listen to a lot of metal music, so this was right up my alley.
Right? Yeah, growing up with you, that's all you listen to. And then there's me that listens to everything, and then especially Aqua's Barbie Girl.
Oh my
I remember
God.
that.
All right. All right, let's check this out. So, Mayu, Tamu and drums, Psyche is over here. Okay. right?
Gotta put a strain on your voice. Your vocal cords for that high pitch doing that.
So that's it. So you would think that,
right?
And there has been many of metal musicians that have had throat surgery or ruined their voice or can't growl anymore and stuff. But there is also a healthy way to do it and a right way to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You know, and it's all about warming up, you know, protecting your voice, feeling it. It's a lot of feeling, you know, whether or not you're getting, because your vocal cords, you know, depending, there's like a fry scream, or there is a like a more guttural scream, which uses false chord, which is considered a false chord scream.
Okay.
So a false chord scream is the vocal cords aren't really flapping together. Yeah. They kind of stay apart, and they still make a like a constricting pattern where you would get that lower, deeper guttural sound from. I think here she's using more of like a fry scream, which is making her vocal cords slap together. But you can do it healthily, and as long as you take care of your voice and you can feel that if it's getting itchy or hurting, you know, maybe you'd want to back off or take care of your voice or something like that, or take a break. But yeah, I'm sure it is a lot of strain because you are using muscles in your throat. But from, you know, I'm sure she does it in a healthy way because it sounds phenomenal, and she can do it live too and stuff. You know, I'm sure it's something they're conscious of. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny you say that because it has happened. There is vocalists, you know, like a good example would be the lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah. Early Avenged Sevenfold, very heavy like screamer, and then later on in her like Afterlife, if you've ever heard that song, you probably on the radio. Yeah. And like later 2000s, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of screaming coming from his voice anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a few different bands back then.
Yeah, there's a lot of examples of people ruining their voice because of this type of singing, but you can also do it in a healthy manner, and I'm sure they've
figured out how to do it the healthy way.
Yeah. I don't know for sure, you know, but I'm sure, you know, they go to, you know, they're pretty dedicated with their music in Japan and stuff, and I'm sure she does it in a healthy way. Yeah. All right, let's get back into this. Yeah, that's like extreme, like that high pitch is very unique in the metal world. Yeah. Pitch in a voice. Tell me what you think in your heart right now. I know.
Okay, her transition from doing that and then to go into normal vocals with the actual singing is nuts. How smooth she can do that. Just instantaneously. She just goes from the scream to singing normal.
And then you caught that last note. She went from that normal voice into the same vowel to screaming. Yeah. So, I mean, they definitely practice what they're doing, and she's one of the best I've heard, especially with that pitch on that scream. Yeah. It's so unique. I know there's other bands out there that have done it, but none as cool as these chicks can do it.
Yeah, that was just where she went from that, and then all of a sudden singing, and then transitioned right back into it. It's just like
and she's got some really cool things going on with her voice. She's got like a grit in her clean almost at some times, and then you'll hear like some really cool like vibratos in her vowels, or when she's ending a phrase or something like that. There's a really cool like flutter in her voice that you can hear and stuff. Just amazing. Like that grit in her voice. So I think here we're going to lead into some really cool guitar solos and stuff. Kind of your typical structure for a song. It kind of more matches the Western style, like verse, chorus, and then bridge, solo, verse, chorus, ending. Yeah. But it's still really cool because the talent here, I think, just their ability. If you'd have to hear other things from them too, but their guitar work, their intricacies, the patterns that she's doing on the drums and stuff like that. The level of complexion in the musicianship, I feel like exceeds like Western, like United States metal and hard rock bands. A lot of it is just generic to me. And that's one of the reasons I fell in love with Japanese music. Is it's a lot more complex and intricate, and
which makes sense because I know growing up with you, we used to listen to like Atreyu and all sorts of different bands and stuff. And like growing up listening to those and then coming back and hearing this, I can hear the difference compared to how we lay out a song. It's a lot different. And vocals wise, like hearing a female let's do this, it's kind of like, all right, that's actually
I mean, like, traditionally it was always metal for me growing up. There's been a few bands here recently that have really caught my attention because of the complexity of the musicianship and their ability to sing, and kind of swayed me a lot towards like hard rock, like a band like Bandmade that I've shown you before and stuff like that. They're world-class musicians, every one of them, from the vocals to the drums. They raised the bar for me, and I don't think I can find another band other than like Nemophila, or on a different music spectrum like Ginger, which I'll have to show you, another band with a female fronted vocalist with extreme vocals. Her ability to go in and out of the growls and singing is world class. There's other bands like Spirit Box that are kind of in that similar realm of Dissension, this song you're hearing, that I just love. But it's just the whole music scene in Japan has changed, kind of spoiled me, because their music is just better to me. Right. And I was at a point, I don't even listen to the radio anymore. I put this music on my playlist and I play that in the view. I'll have like Liquid Metal on and stuff like that, XM radio, but like as far as radio stations and like popular released music and stuff, I can't do it anymore, because it's just, I hear like redundancy in their music. Right. Like bands like Hinder and Buck Cherry and Motionless in White and stuff like that. It's just, I can't do it. It's just like boring to me.
Right.
Like
which is nuts. Growing up with you, I knew that's like you pretty much listen to the same bands all the time, and now hearing you're like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm done hearing them. It's like
they open my eyes to what is possible, like time signatures and structures of songs and syncopation, words and things that I've learned through their music because I wanted to understand why it sounded the way it sounded to me. So I've gone out and I've researched this kind of stuff, and it's just, I'm still learning today, but it's mind-blowing things that I've learned from bands like Bandmate and Nemophila and, Love Bites and other things I have on my channel. It's because of this music. Let's keep it going. I think, we're 15 minutes into this reaction. I just did a 30-minute reaction to some new Bandmate stuff. Oh, these two songs were some of my favorites. I'll have to show you it, but I just listened and talked for 30 minutes.
I can see it.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this out. So badass.
I just hear being normal, and the transition is so smooth with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. Let's see if I can find it cool. That's good enough. We'll leave it there.
Right.
So what'd you think? Honest opinion.
Honest opinion, for somebody that's not much for metal or anything like that, like I actually could listen to it, and just amazed at how she goes from screaming to singing normal and then right back into it. It's just such a smooth transaction with it. For a female, to hear a female going from hearing Western bands that are more male artists, vocalists that do it. Just hearing the high pitch, going high with it, and then transitioning, just...
So, what I've noticed with Japanese music, especially music like this, that has such a little bit more extreme vocals and stuff, it's not... I don't find it as jarring...
Yeah.
As, like, a male vocalist...
Yeah.
Or... If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The sound, better on the ears, I guess.
Yeah. It's not just too...
Yeah, you can almost understand, even though it's in Japanese.
It's like, it sounds more clear than...
Yeah. It's really cool. So another thing that, through my reactions and stuff, listening to Japanese music, sometimes I'm like, is that in English? And it is most definitely in Japanese, but I don't know, for some reason the nuances of Japanese singing, at times I swear it's English.
Right. But then again, you've been listening to it a lot, towards you're catching on to it. Maybe
I don't even know if it's that. It's just like the cadence and the way the vowels come out and the way it's sang. You can draw some similarities when it's sang. Mm-hmm. In Japanese, it almost comes out sounding like English in a lot of ways. But if you actually listen to somebody speak Japanese at you, you can definitely tell it's not English.
Right, you're just
so
like,
it's kind of a weird.
You say something
juxtaposition.
to me, but I don't understand what you're saying. But yeah.
But then when I go to listen to the music, sometimes I'm like second guessing myself whether that's English or Japanese and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's unique in that way.
Maybe if you've listened to it enough that
Well,
it's reverting over to.
Right, I have gone and looked at Japanese music and tried to figure out some words and stuff like that. I'm horrible at learning, so to learn it'd be daunting for me to learn a new language. But I definitely am interested.
Don't hire you as
learning.
a linguistist.
Oh, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. But yeah, that's Nemophila Dissension.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
And this is coming from a guy that listens to I listen to country music, hip hop, rap, all sorts of stuff. And so metal was not much of my thing. Like punk rock, I've listened to punk rock stuff, but actually listening to metal and here and there. But then this type of metal is, yeah, I'm really impressed.
So what we can do, it's up to you. We can listen to something new at like a different artist, or we can check out the live version of this if you want to hear. It's up to you if you want to hear the difference.
Yeah, we can go do the live.
Let's see.
Kind of comparing both together.
My 13-year-old son always, because I put everything in my watch later list that I want to react to. As soon as my son comes over, he hops on the computer and he goes immediately into my watch later and listens to everything that I've put in there and stuff, because I've made a fan out of him. He's never gonna go back to regular music. I swear to God, he's always, did you hear that? And I'm like, no. If it's gonna go on a reaction video, I don't want to know.
Right.
So it's cool. I think it's just. It's the overall package, the musicianship, the vocals, their production, their talent. It just makes for a better listening experience, and it's
different and it's more raw.
And it's world class.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Yeah.
To me.
You can tell the difference with that music video compared to other music videos. They're more into okay. When you see the guitar soloist, it zooms in and that's all you see. With theirs, I've noticed they still get the whole group. They want you to see the transitions in between.
Yeah, and I think that's from what I understand, it's it's kind of a cultural thing over there. For I think it's here, in our schooling, it's expected of you to play sports. It's expected of you to lift weights. It's expected of you to be involved in curriculum that isn't, how often do you see dedication to music in USA schools?
Not really, not much.
You get a course of pep band, then you'll never have to take it again.
Yeah, out in Belt, shoot, we had band and choir, and I did both, and it was just the same music every year. It was just the same, nothing new.
Right.
And then same with choir. It was always we sang the same songs. It was can we sing something different?
Yeah.
Something new.
And I think over there, from what I've kind of the understanding through my comment section and some of my subscribers and stuff like that, is they dedicate entire years of school to music and becoming multi-instrumentalists. A lot of these guitarists and drummers and have piano background, formidable years of upbringing of piano and of drumming and playing different kinds of stringed instruments and stuff, and and I think that has to do with they're not a very sports oriented here in the United States. A female will take 4 years of volleyball and basketball, but only a semester of music, and that's it. And that's all they're required to do. I think over there, from what I've understand, schooling is, a lot of it's geared towards this, and
Right.
A lot of females want to do this, and I think that's why there's such a huge uprise in female artists, from what I understand, is because they're, they'd rather do this than sports.
Yeah, like here, it's like the huge cultural difference too makes a huge difference in the music, and I'm seeing that too. That the different types of cultures.
They're very dedicated people too.
Yeah.
They.
And that's their thing. Like they're very dedicated, loyal to what they put their minds to. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and they stick to it. And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm gonna go over there.
Pretty strong-willed
over there.
People.
I'm gonna Tokyo Drift.
Shut up. All right, so this is new to me too. But they said if you want proof of what she can do, this is the video to watch. This just recently came out, I think like a couple weeks ago or something. So July 16th. So yeah, 2 weeks ago.
All right. So this is a reaction for both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I don't know how the audio is going to be at all, so hopefully we'll good.
Find out.
Yeah.
Wing it.
All right, let's do this. There you go, right there.
Right.
Definitely getting a raw audio. Well, I guess there was our proof right there. She can hit that high-pitched scream.
Still hits it.
Because for me, when I was first hearing it, I was like, there's no way that's been, I'm
like not tuned.
It definitely has been, because most music,
right,
doesn't get a raw upload.
Yeah,
they put it in the studio, especially in music video. They'll go into the studio, they'll adjust levels, they'll add compression, they'll do all kinds of this, that, and the other thing. A lot of layering, techniques and audio filter. Oh, who knows what else? What producers do to make the way, but you can definitely tell the ability to do that
natural.
Is there. They didn't have to do much.
Right.
So that was really cool to hear. It's cool, they still got the chant in there too.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't know if that was like a little... So I don't know how much you were paying attention to the actual camera work in Dissension, the music video, but there was some camera shake on that part. And he just did it right there. So this cameraman's a fan.
Right.
Because you see a little bit of camera shake right there into that scream. Yeah, you can tell it's not quite as on pitch.
Yeah.
But she still sounds amazing, and it's such a phenomenal vocalist. Yeah, even the instrumentation, you can hear it.
Yeah.
It's all there.
I'm waiting to hear that transition, so when she sings normal and then goes into it, that one, hearing that live.
Listen, you can actually hear the reverb of her voice coming back through. So that's how raw this edit is. It's not been tampered with much, other than they probably just took the raw file, checked the volume levels, and then uploaded it.
Yeah.
that vibrato in her voice. There's that transition you wanted.
Nuts. It is cool that they put her chant in it too.
That ooh part gets me every time. I love how she adds that little flutter in that ooh. Oh, it sounds so good. Another thing I want to point out, this bassist, I'll show you some other stuff here. Maybe we should do probably should have done this live with a live audience and then just done an upload. I'm sure my subscribers would have some of them would have tuned in and appreciated it. I haven't gone live yet.
You haven't gone live yet? We'll have to comment if you guys want to see me react to more stuff.
But this bass player right here, she's the happiest person I've ever seen in my life. Just pay attention to her. She's always smiling. Always. She is just back there just
loving life.
Just bumping along on her bass and just watching her other bandmates, and she's just cheesing the whole time. She loves it. You can tell she just thoroughly is happy to be there.
Right.
I can't remember her name. Mayu. God, I can't remember her name, and and she's amazing. I need to get better. It's not like Bandmade where I've reacted to. I think I'm on like my 45th or 6th Bandmade song.
Right.
I'm like almost halfway through their catalog on Bandmade. They got like 107 songs or something like that.
And you're almost halfway there.
Halfway there, as far as like what's available, like as far as like music video wise and what I can find live. I'm gonna start going into like some of their stuff that isn't live, like just releases of like the song itself. So I'll have to go off of like Spotify or something. But I've only heard a few. I'm still getting used to their names. Right. I'll get there eventually because I love this group. But yeah, watch her. She's just, you'll see her cheesing all the time. Or jamming. Right.
She makes it look so easy.
I'm curious how the solo's gonna the solos are gonna sound. This part right here, I love the tone. Little whammy. Hiking her up.
Yep. Look, they're all feeling it. They're loving it. That's the biggest dread.
I know.
And she sings, and just even watching her, it's so smooth.
Right.
Too. Like it's just easy, and it's like.
Well, And I've heard some bands where they just sound phenomenal in the studio, and then you go listen to them live and they're just shit.
Right? You're just like, oh, yeah.
Shit.
There's a lot of editing done with that music video compared to this.
Yeah, you know, a lot left out, a lot of intricacy.
It sounded like she changed up the solo just a little bit.
Yeah,
because it sounded like she went higher pitched the first part of the solo. She went higher pitched, but God, she moved her fingers. It seemed like she was faster. Like the notes.
It did seem like it went a little quicker. It might have been like they were on a little slightly higher tempo.
Yeah.
Than the music video.
It sounded amazing.
Yeah,
still.
I could see that. Yeah, it was amazing. I loved every minute of that. That was really cool. It's cool to hear that translate live, you know. And I think that's a testament to their musicianship.
Yeah.
And, you know, what I've been saying all along is just they're just
so
good over there.
Yeah, being able to go from the music video to live, you don't hear you can tell there's very little editing done with the music video.
Yeah. And you'll hear that in a lot of Japanese bands. That they
makes me, like, listening to this stuff makes me want to go home and, like, keep watching more anime. Straight up.
A lot of people, you know, when they listen to this kind of music, they immediately, that aren't familiar with this music, I think that's their first place they go to is it sounds like anime.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is. A lot of these bands that you will hear have wrote for anime.
Right.
A lot of anime out there.
I'm still waiting for SAO to come back out.
I've seen the original, the first whatever SOA. I think up to like season 3 or something.
Right. Well, isn't there 3?
I don't know. You tell me.
Because they ended it with God, the way they ended it, I was so upset because I was like, you can't do this to me. I need to know what happens after. Yeah, and I don't know if they finished. I haven't looked.
Yeah, you're more up on Japanese anime than me.
Yeah, like, what was it, Baki? I've been watching that one. I watch a lot.
My last one I just watched was Akane ga Kill.
Oh, Akame and I know which one you're talking about. The Kill. Yeah.
Yeah. Where she's got that death sword or whatever. That crazy. I think
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Is that where she's got to go through the school?
No. That's Kill a Kill.
Yeah, Kill a Kill. That one.
Yeah, that's good. No,
watching that one, like the outfit.
This is like Akane ga Kill or something like that.
Oh yeah, the other one. You told me about that one.
Yeah, that was phenomenal to me.
Have you seen? That's the least. You saw the Demon Slayer anime? Did you watch the live action movie?
The actual on the train.
I think so. The actual live action.
Oh no, I did not watch that.
That was actually going from the anime to that.
I don't know if I could do it.
It wasn't actually too bad. I was kind of still like.
I've been worried about watching that. A lot of live action doesn't turn out too well.
Like what they did with Dragon Ball Z. When they did that one,
that ruined it for me.
Right there, it was kind of like it was abomination.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're way off topic. We are 40 minutes in.
Sorry, guys.
Do you want to do one more, or do you want to? Let's do one more. This can't be your only introduction to this type of music.
Okay.
So let's go.
If you guys get mad because this video is so long, blame him.
I wanted to do a DOLL BOXX song, so let's.
It's his fault.
I got one here.
It's all his fault. Being in it for like 3 hours, blame him.
So I've heard one song from these guys.
Who is this? Merrily High Go Round.
This is the name of the song.
DOLL BOXX.
Yep. So, I thought I loved them. I was obsessed with the drummer. She can scream or growl and play the drums
at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's another very I think a lot. So I think I was telling you this band. A lot of the members are also in that Gu- gu- Guitaric Spin, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think there's some similar members. I think that's the group. But yeah, so what I heard from them last time, I loved it. It was really cool. A little bit more rock and roll poppy sound to their sound from what I can remember. Not quite as like hardcore or metal.
Okay.
But still really, really cool. So this will be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's anything that you want to say, go ahead and hit the pause button. Don't let me, you know, if you hear something or you want to say something. Merrily High Go Round. Oh, already cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember commenting in my last DOLL BOXX video that the piano, the keyboardist sounded really cool. Mm-hmm. So I can't imagine what we're gonna hear here.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Trust me, it's the look of these girls. A lot of these girls too. You know, it pulls you in. Like, it really captivates you.
So I'm gonna get crushed. It's all right. Sounds
good. That goes for bandmate Nemophila, like you just heard.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these groups I'm going to show you.
I'm going to get
girly
crushed. Like,
I'm not going to only show you female bands because I can't wait to show you Maximum the Hormone. Yes. The name is just as out there as the band, but they're crazy. So it reminds me of, it's like a Japanese version of System of a Down, but more wild and more juxtapositioned, like more extreme.
I didn't even think that would be possible.
More variation. It's really cool. Anyways, off topic again.
Yeah. Scroll moment.
Let's check this out. This sounds cool already.
Yeah.
Though. They're the one with the blue hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I freaking love this. Oh, listen to that bass. She's slapping the bass. So that's this technique here where she's hitting it with her thumb. Get that twanginess. You can kind of see it there. She's slapping the bass is what it's called. You can see that really twanginess to it that you're hearing come through. I told you they're all adorable. You're going to fall in love with all of these artists, these female artists in Japan. Yeah. Let's go back into that transition. So what do you think of this so far?
I like it's different from like hearing them, the Nemophila to this. You can hear like the difference how it's more. It's still metal, but it's more popish.
I would say this has more of like a rock and roll, or like almost a hard rock feel to it. Not quite metal,
but the hard rock. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
the bassist gives me like some Flea vibes, or I guess some you would more reference would be like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Flea would be who is in Red Hot Chili Peppers playing the bass.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
That really twangy.
Yeah.
cool funky
I like
bass.
the transition when they transition. It was cool.
It got the tempo changed. It
Yeah,
got more
you could
upbeat
hear
and
yeah,
yeah.
and it was a smooth transition too.
Like I was saying, the other song I heard her. She can growl, and I was just like, oh, I fell in love with you. And I have a thing for the rhythm section, which is like, rhythm guitar, bass, the drums. A lot of time carry the rhythm of a song.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's the drummer that just adds so much cool, unique, and variations and tempo changes. And a lot of times they even write the music. And a lot of really good bands, a drummer has a lot of say in the song.
Because they're the one that sets the beat, for the most part.
True, a lot of times they do, but a lot of times you'll hear it in the bass as well.
Yeah.
A lot of times the bass, there'll be a lot of syncopation with the bass and the drums, or even the rhythm guitar and stuff. It doesn't look like they have a rhythm guitar. It looks like a bass, lead, keyboardist, drummer.
Which is kind of cool. I noticed in the music video that they transition keyboard with piano. And having them both, it's kind of threw me off because, most of the times it's one thing.
So I couldn't tell if that was a piano. I think it's all been keyboard so far, but it looked, I think at the beginning, it looked like a keyboard. Like
a piano.
Or like a piano.
Yeah.
I think
that's why I was
kind of
like,
I think it was just the angle of but I think it's been all keyboards so far. She's rocking a PRS. I don't know if you know too much about famous guitars.
No.
A lot of badass guitarists.
I'm Gibson. That's about as much as I know, and that's because I listen to country, so I'm just like.
I think PRS stands for Paul Reed Stewart. Very famous in his own outright, but he came up with a guitar company called PRS. My favorite guitarist right now is Konami from Bandmade. She's a riff machine, and she's an absolute genius.
Yeah, you showed me one of the songs where she just is going nuts on that thing.
Yeah, she writes all of their music. She composes a lot of their music. I think some of the other bands have some say in, or have input and stuff like that. But for the most part, she writes most of Bandmade's or all of Bandmade's music, from what I've understood. And she also plays a PRS.
Okay.
They're $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. I think some of their rarer colors and custom made ones are somewhere up $15,000, $20,000 on eBay and stuff like that. But yeah, $4,000 to $5,000 would run you for a good PRS. I think they got some lower tier models and stuff, but they sound phenomenal. So just some context for you there.
Right.
That. lot of harmonies there.
Yeah, it's really smooth harmony.
Jesus, my headphones were driving me crazy there. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to comment on the video itself. A lot of times, I don't know if you've noticed in like American bands, like the music videos anyways and stuff, they're really dark.
Yeah.
Really dark themed, like dark toned.
Yeah, you don't see very much
A lot
color.
of grays and dark blues and blacks.
Yeah. And the backgrounds are always a darker
grayish
color. Like it's like a dull color.
Yeah.
For a background.
And you've noticed both
like even each transition, it's either a bright background or open field.
Even in Nemophila Dissension, it was very it was a very dark setting, but there was still really bright and colorful when there was color. And you see it here. That's really, really colorful.
It's like they focus to where you can see the actual artist in the video, unlike ours where they're like,
yeah, it's really cool. That's another thing you'll notice is a lot of the music you hear in Japanese music is very vibrant, very open feeling, very about the music and the musicianship.
It makes it. It's easier to me. It's easier to sink into okay,
understand
watching
what's going on.
Yeah, because you can. It's like I noticed even the other video. You can get sucked into it because it's more open feeling. Like hey, you can see us, you can hear us.
When you're hearing a certain part too, they're really good at transitioning to what you're hearing too. So like that bass part, you could see her hitting that bass, or the keyboardist, this keyboard in this song is freaking amazing. I love the way this sounds so far. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out if you didn't catch that before.
Yeah. And how they transition to the harmony parts too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's more than like two of them singing to it. I think a couple of them were singing.
Yeah, and it's just smooth.
I want to hear that keyboard here sounds phenomenal. Oh, it's syncopated.
Yeah.
So if you hear the drum beat, bum 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 bum, you're also hearing the keyboard doing that. Really cool. That really, I guess that would. I don't know if that's syncopated. So syncopated would be like hitting on the offbeat. So it'd be like the keyboard would be playing, and then they would do it'd be like 1 2 3 4 4 1 2 3 4 4 like a syncopated like offbeat hit.
Yeah.
Or you could even have like a 1. It'd be like a 1 2 2 1, or like a 1 2 2 3 4 4 1 2 2 3 4 4. That'd be like syncopated beats.
Yeah.
Like an offbeat, awkward offbeat hit.
Yeah.
I think this is more like I don't know the technical term.
Offset.
No, because they're hitting it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be like a
synchronized.
Yeah, it'd be like a synchronized hit with the keyboard. It sounds really impactful and really, really.
Yeah, it makes it with them both together. It brings it out more.
Yeah, it gives you like an upbeat feel.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
Let's hear that again.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, this sounds really cool. Oh, really cool. And like really heavy basses feel to it. Video's really cool too.
How they're they're bringing the name.
It gives it like a puppet feel.
Yeah, well, they're
animated
doll box, so it's cool how they're transitioning that they like Barbie dolls.
Or like that you could get that to, or like Merrily go around. Like I guess what I'm thinking of is like the little spinning, like little toy box, wind up toy box where they're really animated, you know, and
if movement,
yeah, kind of like that feel to it too. Really cool art style. These Japanese art, bands have really cool art style a lot. You'll see that a lot too. They love to express themselves through music, and you'll see that. Let's go lead into that bass transition. voice is amazing too.
Yeah.
Oh, before it goes into that, I was hoping we would get a guitar solo here. I was expecting it.
Right.
They'd love to do that. What do you think so far?
I like this. And her voice, she's smooth.
I think this is becoming like a hook line sinker.
Is,
I think I'm pulling you. You're going to be at home Googling
I'm going to be like sitting there like, she'll be like, I'm not gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching animes and be like, "Who's the band playing this one?" I'm gonna listen to these guys. No, that's not the band.
Well, I'm hoping it broadens your
music thing.
Yeah,
because I listen to all sorts of
your
music.
horizon.
Yeah,
You know, on
like
what's
I've
out
listened
there.
to it all sorts, and so listening to this is like okay, because I'm not much for metal, but or even like much for hard rock or anything like that. I'm more like punk rock, pop rock type. So listening to this, it's like okay, this is. It's easy on the ears, and it's easy to just,
right,
get into.
Yeah, and it's better.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree.
It'll grow on you. Trust me. You'll start understanding that their music is just played at a higher level of musicianship.
Right.
Transitions, like I said, the syncopations, the time signatures, the offbeats, the harmonies, it's just a lot of this stuff has been lost with American music. I feel like it's we need to make this song so we can sell it to the radio.
Yeah, so we can get it out there and start getting the hits.
Yeah,
the
it
views
needs to be hit friendly.
Yeah,
and they stick to that formula.
Mm-hmm.
Even the songs that don't ever make it to the radio, you go listen to their album. It's all like it feels like the guitar tone changed, but the structure of the song hasn't at all.
Yeah.
With the different lyrics over it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, will have pointed out bands from America that they're not all like that.
Right.
But a majority of them are.
Right.
And it sucks. Like, let's get to this type of musicianship in our music again.
Yeah.
I got to go to another. I got to be in another
country.
Listen to another country to get this talent and this formidable force in music.
Right.
And it's coming from Japanese females.
Yeah.
There's something in the water.
You getting me hooked. You getting me hooked.
Piano's still driving it with that drummer. This would be like I believe the chorus in the song, really catchy. Yeah, really hooks you in. I love how that piano and the drummer is just driving a really cool beat right now, and then everybody else is just kind of the bass and the guitars just kind of doing their own thing.
Angry with it.
I swear, if you see a Japanese female with a PRS in their hand, you instantly know they're just going to be some kind of shredding badass.
Right. That they're going to be just
it seems to be a thing.
Right.
Let's find Yeah, my girl. I gotta find out her name. I think I knew it at one point and stuff, but it's with reaction. It's so demanding to pump out these reaction videos. Like I even had to take a few months break there because I was doing like sometimes filming 2 or 3 videos a night, and then staggering my releases so I would always have something coming out.
Yeah.
But it was just so. It's a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize it until you actually start doing it, and I just was getting like this burnt out feeling, and I wanted like to come back into it fresh and stuff like that,
Right.
and I learned a lot, and I was missing out on a lot of music because of reaction videos. You have to stop listening to it because you want to
Get that fresh take.
listen. That
fresh take and fresh ears to the new song coming out. And
it was so hard not to listen to bandmade songs because I just found my favorite group, and you're pretty much forcing yourself. Oh, now you can't listen to it.
yeah, now you gotta now because they're gonna.
Yeah, and
You haven't reacted to this video, so you can't listen to it, so you can react to it.
Right, but I got to the point where now I've been in a few reactors comment sections, and I've reached out to a few reactors now and stuff, and there's going to be some collaborations. I'm hoping that'll take place with some other reactors out there, and I can support their music because I've already done it, and I was missing out a lot on it. I couldn't watch these guys because I hadn't done that yet. And there's some really cool ones out that are, I'm like, just wait. I've been here before,
Right.
Anyways, what'd you think of that one?
I like that one. That I could, because it's like just hearing going from like the scream into the transitions and stuff from the other one Nemophila, and then going into this one where it's just a constant thing. But what I like too is the difference. You can tell, but they're the same to where it still hooks you in.
Right.
No matter how they do it.
What did you prefer?
I don't know. You got me hooked right there.
Both of them were good.
Yeah, both of them are enough to where I could listen to either one of them, and especially if we're going from not much of a metalhead, like you and Nick are my 2 metalhead guys. So it's like if somebody asks me a question, I'm like, yeah, ask this guy. He knows. I don't.
Right.
But listening to them both, like this would be something I'd more would listen to.
You would go out and search for it on your own.
Yeah, that it'd be a little bit more because it's more constant. But even the metal stuff, like, I'd probably listen to a couple other just to see if there's another female artist, just to kind of hear the difference and, how they can transition from, their pitch and how they do their growl and stuff like that. So to me, it was interesting and very mind-blowing to see a female artist being able to do that. And then here in this group, it's just amazing that they can the solo and then harmonize and then solo, harmonize solo, how they can transition so smoothly.
Well, yeah, and like I keep saying, it's just a testament to their musicianship.
Yes.
It's so good. A lot of stuff you've been missing out in music with this stuff we've been hearing in the radio and stuff here. You'll get that. And it kind of it always leaves you wanting to listen to more.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling.
Yeah. And that's the feeling I'm getting from watching. Like, I mean, we just only watched 2 bands, but it's still like,
what's next?
What's the next one?
Well, tomorrow.
When am I coming back over to?
We should do it tomorrow. We should do a live. Sunday would be a perfect chill day to do it. I don't have the kids, so we should come over.
All I have is church.
We'll go live. We'll interact with my audience.
Yeah.
We'll introduce you to some more music, like a couple more bands out there. I really want you to get. I'll show you some really cool stuff with baby metal. I've talked to you, showed you some little bits here and there,
little teasers.
Another band. I mean, they're on the thing about baby metal is they kind of invented that style, that genre of music, and they are on a grandiose scale. A band like Bandmate, they're really popular. They're coming to their own. They're getting more and more popular every day. They'll put up 1.5 million on their song, and I'm sure they think that's phenomenal. Not to say baby metal is better than Band-Maid, because I completely disagree with that. Not to piss any baby metal fans out. They're musicians. Baby metal are singers with a very, very incredible metal band backing them.
Okay.
Not even backing them. They've been with them from the beginning, but they're incredible musicians too. But just this whole different style. They're just two different styles of music, two different
So what we should do.
spectrums of
So what we
music.
should do is a reaction with Band-Maid, and then them.
Well, I mean, that would be cool, because you would
Because then you can hear
learn
the
both.
difference. Yeah.
But baby metal, fills arenas, and they get 100 million views on their songs. It's just that style of music's really popular. It tells a story. They're really grandiose at telling a story in their musicianship.
Which is
their
awesome.
Singing and their choreography, and the
Which
band's
we don't-
really
which
heavy.
we don't- if
And they're you're going from one extreme, really poppy, catchy, cutesy feeling in the vocals.
Yeah.
To like extreme, like heavy metal, almost death metal at times in their playing style.
Okay.
And they're mushing that together and making it work, and it's just it's just a different kind of talent and artistry, and than like a rock and roll band,
Right.
like Band-Maid is.
Yeah.
That's a horrible comparison to make.
Right.
By the way, I did not mean to start that argument. That is not where
He's doing
not
it.
where I
He's
was
doing-
going with that.
That band does justice.
You'll understand
Injustice,
once you listen to it.
Let us know if you guys want to have me come over and do some more, because this is...
Put some requests in the comments section of what I should have them listen to.
see what you guys
I
like
mentioned
to.
Maximum the Hormone, Baby Metal, anything else, we'll go live. We'll do a live session. We'll go off of what you guys recommend and stuff. So look out for that. That'll come sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Can you make that work? All right. So yeah. Have a good one and stay metal.